Most people think to have an amazing body, you can only eat salads every day for the rest of your life. But this couldn't be further from the truth. I've been working out for about 6 years now and I rarely eat salad. Sure, I eat what would be considered healthy, but my diet is not restrictive in the least and never will be. There are some foods, however, that you will never catch me eating, not even if there was a fire. And that's not because I can't have them. It's because I don't want them. The last one, number 10, may just be the most controversial and one of the most consumed in the world. Number 1 on the list is fast food. This includes, but is not limited to, McDonald's, Taco Bell. I have never eaten at any of these establishments and afterwards thought, wow, I feel so amazing now. I wish I would have eaten more of that. Every single time I've ever eaten at any of these places, afterwards, I feel like absolute shit. And I know all of y'all out there feel like shit afterwards too. No matter how bad you try to convince yourself that you feel okay after just because it tastes good, you gotta admit, it makes you feel pretty lifeless, doesn't it? Next up, we have chips. Chips, I feel like, are just a very mindless food to consume. And I try not to eat mindlessly. Every time I have a meal, I try to be very mindful about what I select. A lot of this really comes down to just self-love. When you love yourself, you don't eat mindlessly, because what happens when you do? You have no clue how many calories you're consuming. You could be consuming 2,000 to 3,000 calories in one sitting and not even realize it if you're eating mindlessly. For number 3, we've got soda. Soda is nothing but empty calories. It's full of sugar. It has no nutritional value whatsoever, and it's full of carcinogens, which are basically things that cause cancer. Next up, we've got broccoli. I feel like broccoli used to be pretty hyped up. Everybody loved broccoli, the little trees. That's what I thought of it when I was a kid. I was like, I'm eating a miniature tree. This is so cool. However, according to my research and my experience with broccoli, I've noticed every time I eat it, my stomach hurts. And then I found out that broccoli is actually not good for your gut. It's not very digestible. Get it out of my face. And then we've got olives. I don't really have any scientific reasoning. I don't think these are necessarily bad for you or harmful for you. However, I just find them disgusting, and that's why I don't eat them. And if this video is helping you so far, perhaps give the little like button tap, the little love tap on the like button. It really helps out the channel if you do that. Number 6, we've got a ramen noodle. Does this look consumable? No, this is one of the cheapest meals you can find, and there's a reason behind that. Just look at it. Now, if you go to a restaurant and you get like the actual ramen, that's a totally different story. However, that packaged, processed, Play-Doh looking shit, keep it out of my sight. And then we have corn. Corn is in literally everything that you eat. I read this book once called The Omnivore's Dilemma, and it's all about how corn is in everything we eat, man. If you look at the ingredients for almost anything that you eat, I guarantee you, corn is gonna be one of the ingredients. High fructose corn syrup, citric acid, that is corn. The list continues. There's all these different names. And did you know that they also feed cows corn, chickens, all those animals on the farms? They're giving them corn when they're not even supposed to consume corn. It's just very cheap. That's why it's in everything, because it's extremely cheap. So basically, we're all just walking stalks of corn. Number 8 is sushi, which I don't think there's anything wrong with sushi. It just, for me, it hurts my stomach, I've noticed, which is really sad because I used to love sushi. Number 9 and 10 are going to be a bit controversial. Number 9 is dairy. For me, I noticed when I was consuming dairy, my face was breaking out like a mother. I was extremely bloated all the time. I just felt like shit. And then I did some research and I discovered that I may be lactose intolerant. And guess what? I am. That's why I've cut dairy out of my diet completely. And I've noticed a huge change in my skin, in my mood. I don't feel bloated as much anymore. And also, if you didn't know, most dairy is just fat. And fat has the most amount of calories per gram. You know the macros, we got fat, carbs, and protein. Chances are if you're eating dairy, you're gonna increase your caloric intake significantly. Last but not least, one of the most consumed products in the world, and that is alcohol, which is kind of crazy to me because I personally feel that people just aren't educated on the effects that it has on your body, or maybe they are and they just choose to be ignorant because it can be fun, it can help you relax, it can help ease social anxiety, it can do so many benefits, but in the long run it's actually harmful. And you don't have to take it from me, take it from a neuroscientist who is a professor at Stanford. Take it away, Andrew.
That feeling of being drunk or inebriated or tipsy or lightheaded is something that many, not all, but many humans seem to enjoy and pursue, even though typically it leads to a feeling of being less happy, less motivated, more stressed, etc. when the alcohol wears off. That's pretty incredible, right? I mean, we're talking about a substance that people have been highly motivated to pursue, that are still highly motivated to pursue, to create and to consume, that they'll spend money on. And that's despite the fact that it makes them feel good and then it makes them feel lousy. People who drink regularly, so this again could be just 1 or 2 drinks per night, or it could be somebody that drinks just on Fridays or just on Saturdays or maybe just on the weekend, 2 to 4 drinks. Well, those people experience changes in their hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis that result in more cortisol, more of this so-called stress hormone being released at baseline when they are not drinking. This is a seldom talked about effect of alcohol because so often we hear about the immediate effects of alcohol, effects like reducing the amount of stress. Well, while that very well may be true, that it can relax them, when they are not drinking, that level of cortisol that's released at baseline has increased substantially. When you drink alcohol, it can pass into all the cells and tissues of your body. And the fact that it can pass into so many organs and cells so easily is really what explains its damaging effects. There are 3 main types of alcohol. There's isopropyl, methyl, and ethyl alcohol, and only the last one, ethyl alcohol or ethanol, is fit for human consumption. However, it is still toxic. It produces substantial stress and damage to cells. When you ingest ethanol, NAD and related biochemical pathways are involved in converting that ethanol into something called acetaldehyde. And if you thought ethanol was bad, acetaldehyde is particularly bad. Acetaldehyde is poison. It will kill cells. It damages and kills cells. That's a problem, and the body deals with that problem by using another component to convert acetaldehyde into acetate. Acetate is actually something that your body can use as fuel. If your body can't do this conversion of ethanol to acetaldehyde to acetate fast enough, acetaldehyde will build up in your body and cause more damage.
Now, if that doesn't make you take a second glance at your alcohol consumption, then I don't know what will, because after I watched this video, I quit drinking alcohol. And I know it's not that easy for everybody. It wasn't that easy for me. It's still difficult for me when I'm in a social setting and I'm the only one not drinking. I always remember my boy, Andrew, the benefits, the reason why I quit. Then I feel better in my decision. Like I said at the beginning of this video, I just don't want these foods. I feel like once you've done enough research, you realize the effects of what you're eating. It really starts to change your mindset. You just start to not even want it. It's gonna take some time. I didn't off the bat just stop wanting these foods once I did this research. It took me a few years of reminding myself of all the reasons why I don't want these foods, and then you just start to naturally feel more inclined to eat the better foods for you. If you're just starting your fitness journey or you just needed this reminder, I hope this video could help you. And I think another video that will help you, especially if you're new to your fitness journey, is this video all about the gym mistakes that I made. I wasted 3 years in the gym because of all these mistakes that I made. So go watch this video so you can learn from my mistakes and you don't make the same ones. Subscribe so you can get more of these information videos. I will see you guys in the next one. Have a good ass day.
How to get my weight up, yeah, yeah, yeah. Weight in the cake up, yeah, yeah, yeah. Turn up in the gym, know I'm calling MamaSwole. Bad little shawty and you know I'm on a roll.
Press like an empress, no one to impress, bitch. Find me on the guest list. Got that Louis V necklace. Subscribe to the MamaSwole channel. Even if your name is random. Got it lit like a candle. Catch me swerving in the Lambo.
If you do that, so if you do, I appreciate you so much. It really helps out the channel if you do that, so if you do, I appreciate you so much.